Hi. So today I'll be answering some of the questions that you guys have for me. The first question I get is when you were expecting, did you worry about how to recognize when your baby was needing you at night? And what was the solution for that? My answer is yes, I sometimes worry about not be able to get up on time when he cries at night. And if I don't know if you guys have seen my alarm video, but it also has a symbol of baby crier. So I have a device that represents baby crier. So I should put it on his crib so that overnight if he cries, it alerts me in the middle of the night, no matter what. It will alert me. And that was my solution. It sometimes work and sometimes it don't. I mean, I'm so lucky that I have my parents to help me with that because sometimes I don't get up right on time. What would you like for those in the public school to know with regards of adopted parents and their hearing children? Are there any gaps in knowledge or understanding that we need to fill? Honestly, gap parents, we do not have a sensibility in open house meeting teachers and any special events like shows or whatever. Most of the time, we don't have interpreters set. But this is very in schools and state as well. There's some schools that are aware of gap extensively. There's a lot of schools that don't, and they don't know how to provide the best service for the gap parents, including me. My son goes to school nearby, and of course, I can't tell you where he goes for privacy reasons. But the school that he goes to, they don't have accessibility for deaf at all, and it's frustrating. So if I want to pick up my son from school, I have to ring the doorbell, but they would eventually answer and then speak. And of course, I'm hard of hearing and I can talk, but I want to challenge them and make them go like, how can I allow that parents in? Is that a stranger or what? Or like how do you know that parents is deaf? Like how can I get in school if it's very, very secure? And you have to show your ID, of course. And I did, but I still couldn't come in. And they keep talking like, do you realize that kids have deaf parents too? Not just hearing parents, but deaf parents too. So that is a struggle. And maybe provide resources to deaf parents, especially hearing parents that have deaf kids, because there's so many hearing parents that don't know about IEP, many different school resources that they can use and take advantage of for their kids. There's so many knowledge and understanding that the school don't provide, but also the school don't provide because they don't know too. So it really depends on states and school where your kids goes and the complaints. But if you're the teacher or principal, assistant principal, try your best to provide accessibility especially for parents. Like, I text for, like, if school will call you for any update, why not add text as well? Why not add text to the emergency contact list? So if that parents can't answer the phone, they give you a video phone and text, please spread your awareness with video phone. Become more familiar with video phones. Because there's so many people from school that have no idea what a video phone is. And they feel so awkward because if the parents are a female and they have a male interpreter, they're going to be confused. Go like, what? Why is this male talking if it's a female? Like, spread your awareness in everything about the doc community, essentially everything you need to know. How typical it must be for you not only live in the hearing world, but being Black woman in that world. Honestly, I grew up being deaf, so I wore hearing aids before cochlear implants. So during that time, I couldn't hear everything so well. Couldn't. So there would be a lot of catcalling. Ooh. There will be a lot of discriminations and stuff that people would say in my ear, but I never hear what they said to me because I can't hear. That time I couldn't hear clear, like really, really, really clear. So, I wouldn't say the Black side of me is more challenging. I would say the deaf side of me is more typical and challenging than this being Black woman for me. That's from my perspective in my life. Is mostly deafness that is causes more difficulties for me. How is it frustrating into day-to-day living in hearing world? That is a really good question. It's been challenging every day because of accessibility, language barrier, communication barrier everywhere I go. But just because I have cochlear implant does not mean, oh, I can hear you so well, I can understand you well. No, that's not true. Most of the times I can't. And that sucks. But the frustrating part is really, really frustrating in hearing world because like I said, I feel like I'm not being heard and seen all the time. Whether I'm venting or going through dramas or anything that's uncomfortable situation, I don't have the ability to stand up for myself because that's something I'm struggling from my younger past. But how do you deal with bullying? Hmm. Honestly, I didn't take it well because I'm so sweet and friendly, and I want everyone to like me back in the day. So when I was bullied for my voice, um, when I didn't have a lot of people that want to be my friends because I'm trying to be friends with everybody in my classroom, and people that I sit with at lunch, like I was trying to make friends with you because I want you to like me because I'm cool and nice and friendly. But I feel like when I went through that childhood, I mean, I went through a lot, like a lot through friendships. Like I lost a lot of friends more than dating friends. Honestly, it's been mostly because of dramas and being a teenager mostly, um, I didn't handle bully well. Like I take it personal, and I'm very, very sensitive to that comics back in the day. And I still get bullied to this day from people that are deaf, and I'm not friends with them, but they will see me on FaceTime and they will just mock how my hair looks or how my body looks. But this time, I'm like, I don't care. You can make fun of me all you want. It's not going to bother me. Like, okay. And you don't even know me well enough. So why are you, making the comics? Like, are some states are more helpful to hard of hearing or deaf populations than others? What was your discussion to help us help hard of hearing or deaf people? I believe that it's truly varied. I do not know if there are some states that are more concentrated on deaf people. I just know Washington City is the most popular deaf accessibility resources and everything. That's one of the city in Texas. I just don't know where exactly in Texas, but if you guys deaf and just drop in the comics and where in Texas. I know Texas have a good deaf accessibility, but I know number one is Washington City. Um, Honestly, there's so many states that don't care about deaf populations. They don't pay attention to it. There's so many knowledge that most of the states are not aware of. My suggestion is to learn ASL, be a part of the deaf community, try to understand our perspective, and um, and get yourself rooted, like deeply, deeply rooted. Merge, do the best you can to be an advocate for deaf and hard of hearing. If you see something that's not right, fill in or sign like interpreting anything that you can. Don't interpret if you're new. Don't do that. Don't do that. But yes, that's the best thing you can do is be an advocate, support, support, support. And stop saying that. Support, be advocate. So did Landon need any speech therapy? No, he didn't. He's very smart child of mine. But me and my family talk to him a lot, and sometimes I would mispronounce a word. He sometimes corrected me, and I'm like, "You not my grammar correction." But that was a joke. But if I ever mispronounce, my family can back me up. So we never had issue where he's mispronouncing words. Sometimes he does, and my parents would correct him, and I would, along the way, learn the right pronunciation. So I don't feel like he needed. Do you think ASL should be mandatory taught in school? Yes, because majority of our population, majority of it, most of us that are hearing are eventually losing their hearing. They can become deaf or hard of hearing. and then they will eventually be part of the community. And not just that, babies learn and sound quicker than they do with words. You'll be amazed how much your baby learn and answer and able to communicate with you at the young age. Imagine how easy it will be being new parent for the first time and not feeling stressed, overwhelmed. That's something that my son didn't learn at a young age because my family, they didn't learn ASL deeply enough to teach or help me teach. So it's just me teaching him. So it's not easy, but he knows basics. But I'm hoping to keep teaching him once I focus on myself and everything, everything comes out smoothly, and I will go back to teaching him. So yes, ASL should be mandatory in school for just kids to communicate with another deaf children, to make friends with them. They can be able to communicate with them, or hearing children wants to hang out with the deaf kids outside of school. Then and hearing parents can meet the deaf parents. They can learn sign language too and communicate. So you know. My is your baby daddy is also hard of hearing? Yes, he is hard of hearing. Yes. When do you have to deal with parent teacher conference meetings? Do they accommodate it for you, or do you have to come in with a hearing individual? I never come to and have a parent teacher conference. The school that my son goes to, their teacher only require phone conference, and that's something I don't like a lot because of a lot of information can be missing, and I prefer in-person conference because it's easier for me because I'm deaf. I would prefer it that way. And of course, I'm a first time mom, so I don't know how to be an advocate for myself and speak up going, hey, I prefer in person parent teacher conference. So that's something I'm struggling with in there. So um my son didn't go to school until preschool. 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 Um but yeah, his adjustment in preschool was tough because separation anxiety. Uh, um and then if later in the year it's not getting better, it's getting worse. He has hard time expressing himself, and we learned that over time he's over simulated and overwhelmed. So me and my mom worked together and try to figure out how to reduce that and make his school year a better year this year. He's in kindergarten. So hopefully things will work out for him. So far it's been going good. He's really smart child. So I'm glad to have him in my own. Alright. How loud is my sound? Like a sound coming from my cochlear implants? Is it clear? It really depends on days. Like if I'm not wearing my cochlear implants for hours or days, and I just finally put them on, going, ooh, it's loud. But it will eventually like settle, and it's always clear to me because I have a severe hearing loss. So I was qualifying for it, and it actually helps me in a long way. So it was clear. I can hear things clear, but not as clear as you're hearing, though. Just to be clear. What was some of the sounds that changed or shocking to find when you finally can hear clear? When I first put it on, I heard AC, like air conditioner. And then when I got home, I heard oven clicking for heating. And I never heard that before because I would be like, where is that? Like, what is that? Oh, so it's really interesting. I heard at night like crickets chirping. I had never realized how annoying that sounds. That is like the most annoying sound. Annoying. Um, and my favorite is probably the wind. I don't know why. I love the sound of it. I love the sound of the beach crashing to the shore. Love it. Do you feel like you have better senses like smell or sight than hearing people? For me, I tend to brag about it. I have gained a sight, like I can read lips from afar, like my parents said in their parents interview, and I can see things from here to here, 180 degrees for some reason. Like I can see you walking this way, and I'll be looking at you. Hi. And they'll be like, "What? How you see that?" I'm like, so I got one sentence that go down, more other sentences hiding. So smell, I don't feel like my hiding is went up, but it's just my sight. So yeah. Where did you grow up? I grew up in Virginia Beach all of my life. Yeah. So some of y'all know me. Hi. Am I good at reading lips? I would say 75% yes and no. Yes and no. It really depends on a person's appearance. So if they have a mustache or a beard or a deep voice or a super high, yeah, I'm out. Like, I can't understand you. I'm sorry. It's nothing wrong with you. Just I can't process it. Those things. And but I can't understand people that mumbles like like what? No. I don't like it when people talk so slow for me to understand. Like, no, please don't. Don't. How important is it for a deaf child to be can verbally speak? Should I push speech therapy if she's deriving an ASL or there's other options I'm missing? Honestly, it's your decision on what you want to do with your child. If you watch my parents' interview on YouTube, you will see that my parents made a decision to speak with me at home and let me sign at school around my job friends. So maybe that can work for you, maybe not. But the one thing I would recommend it is to keep learning ASL when my parents did it. So they are pushing that to learn ASL. But if you want your daughter or your son to learn in talk, that's fine. It's up to you what you want to do for your child. Do you want your child to be easily accessibly in hearing world, because hearing world haven't really recognized that accessibility yet. Just yet. So it's up to you how you feel about it. No judgment from me. Maybe you can encourage your child to love themselves for who they are. Of course, of course. But if you want them to learn how to talk, that's your business. But if your child is not liking to talk and rather to sign, do not push any more than that. That will actually damage your bond with your child. Just support them as much as you can. If they don't like it, then okay, respect it. I know it's hard. I know it's not easy. Being hearing parents, it's not easy to be a hearing parent of a deaf child. It's not. And my parents, they went through it. So if you want to watch it, their interviews, you can go on my YouTube and look for my parents interview video, and I recommend you to watch it because you will learn a lot from my parents. So, how do you learn how to talk when you're deaf? Speech therapy. Therapy. Do I got to say more? No. Of course, it's speech therapy. Speech therapy. Speech therapy. But it took me a long time to finally talk so well. Like, super well. So, yeah. That's the end of my Q&A video. So I will see you guys later. Chicago.